Hey everyone, I've had a few questions from people, there's a glare, asking what to do when you're traveling, especially by air. When you're driving in the car, it's not so hard to pack your food because you don't have to worry about what will and won't get through security. But when you're traveling on an airplane and you're trying to stick to your meal plan, it can get a little complicated. So I put together a little bit of a sample of what I would bring if I were making not a trip to Europe. That I would have to wrap my mind around that. But if I were just taking a trip across the country through the airport, here's what I would do. I would, first and foremost, I would have my shaker empty because you can't bring water through security, but you can buy your bottled water once you get past there. So I would have my shaker. I also, speaking of water, this is full right now, but I always take this empty when I get to the airport, so that once I'm through security, I buy a huge bottle of water and I replenish it with ice because I like my water cold, and I travel with this, but it goes empty with me through security. So then I would bring, this is it's a Jack's cooler. It's got a little ice pack that you put right in the middle there. I would bring, if you have the packets of Shakeology, I would bring a packet of my Shakeology. If you don't have the packets, you can just take your little blue container and put your scoopful of Shakeology in there and bring it with you that way. I would bring, for protein, easy, these aren't shelled, but I would shell them before I left. These are going back in the fridge. But hard-boiled eggs for a protein source. I would bring a small baggie or a container of almonds. I would, or whatever, cashews, different, some kind of nut. I would bring an apple. I would want to have some sort of vegetable. For me, I like carrots, so I would bring a container of carrots and a container of grape tomatoes. If you're a celery fan, if you're a broccoli fan, you could bring raw celery, raw broccoli, whatever works for you. But I would definitely bring a couple of container sources of vegetables. I would bring, this will get through security with no problem. This is chicken I bought at the grocery store, already roasted and off the bone, and I just put some pieces of chicken in here, and this is easy because you can just snack on as much as you need and then the rest stays in the container. And in an emergency, for the plan, protein bars are not necessarily the way you want to go, but they are definitely handy in this kind of situation. So this is an RX bar. It has 3 egg whites, 6 almonds, 4 cashews, 2 dates, and there's, well, it says no BS. But anyway, it's probably your purest form and going to get you closest to staying on the plan. But you can also use a Quest protein bar, if you can see that. Frankly, right now, with being more strictly on the eating plan, I would go with the RX bar, but you can always use these if you like these a little bit better. These are neat because they have some sort of fiber ingredient that it makes you feel fuller. It's just magical. I don't understand the philosophy. I researched it a while back. So that's what I would do for going to the airport. If you're driving, I would still basically do the same thing. See how nice this fits in? It's really, really convenient. If I were driving, the little things that I could do also, I could have another container in here that has spinach, or a mixture of spinach and lettuce, because then I could put my chicken on it, and I could bring dressing with me in my small container and travel and make my own salad somewhere if I stop at a rest stop or something, because the dressing was the problem, but you can take that in your car. I would also probably bring a little packet, some peanut butter, almond butter, something like that, because then you can bring your Ezekiel toast and you can, put this on there. And you, instead of buying, that was the other thing. If you're at the airport, you can buy yogurt once you're through security, but I've tried it and they won't let you. You can't bring yogurt through security. But if I were traveling by car, I would bring yogurt myself. You could also bring some other fresh fruit in a container, strawberries or blueberries or something like that. So I hope these tips helped. It should be enough food to get you from point A to point B without totally falling off your plan. If you have any other questions, just let me know.